Nandana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandan Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandan Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandan Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Jaya Nitai Gaurango Jaya Prahlāda Narasimha Prahlāda Narasimha Prahlāda Narasimha Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Śrīla Prabhupada जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री श्री सुदर्शन भगवान की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, 10th chapter, text number 17. सीतातपत्रं जग्राह। सीतातपत्रं जग्राह। मुक्तादाम विभूषितं। मुक्तादाम विभूषितं। रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः। रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः। प्रियः प्रियतमस्य प्रियः प्रियतमस्य। सीतातपत्रं जग्राह। मुक्तादाम विभूषितं। रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः। प्रियः प्रियतमस्य। सीतातपत्रं जग्राह। मुक्तादाम विभूषितं। रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः। प्रियप्रियतमस्य। सीतातपत्रं जग्राह। मुक्तादाम विभूषितं। रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः। प्रियप्रियतमस्य। Siddharthapatram jagraha muktadama vibhushitam ratnadandam gudakeshaha priya priyatamasyaha sita atapatram soothing umbrella jagraha took up muktadama decorated with laces and pearls vibhushitam embroidered ratnadandam with a handle of jewels gudakeshaha Arjuna, the expert warrior, or one who has conquered sleep. Priyaha, most beloved. Priyatamasya, of the most beloved. Ha, so he did. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. At that time, Arjuna, the great warrior and conqueror of sleep, who is the intimate friend of most beloved Supreme Lord, took up an umbrella which had a handle of jewels and was embroidered with lace and pearls. Please repeat. At that time, Arjuna, the great warrior and conqueror of sleep, who is the intimate friend of the most beloved Supreme Lord, took up an umbrella which had a handle of jewels and was embroidered with lace and pearls. Purport. Gold, jewels, pearls, and valuable stones were used in the luxurious royal ceremonies. They are all nature's gifts and are produced by the hills, oceans, etc., by the order of the Lord. When man does not waste his valuable time in producing unwanted things in the name of necessities. By so called development of industrial enterprises, they are now using pots of gutta percha instead of metals like gold, silver, brass, and copper. They are using margarine instead of purified butter, and 1/4 of the city population has no shelter. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. All these valuable stones, gold, jewels, pearls, which were used in luxurious royal ceremonies, Prabhupada explains they are produced. They are not automatic. So any beauty, any creation here, any design that is not automatic, that is produced specifically by the nature. And nature is under control of Krishna. And when does Krishna allow the production of all these valuable items? It is explained here. When man does not waste his valuable time in producing unwanted things in the name of necessities. When man abides by the laws of nature, he does yajna. Yajna is sacrifice. Suppose we are going on the road and we find a very nice car. We sit inside and we start driving without asking who has put this car here. What is the purpose? We don't ask, we start using. Then that is not sane behavior. Another very nice example. His Grace Anand Prabhu always gives when we have introductory sessions. Prabhu is Vice President of Jaipur, you must be knowing. So Prabhu tells people are traveling in a train. So there is apparently a very smart, intelligent person who is also traveling, talking a lot. So some people want to know who this person is. So he's talking very smartly, intelligently. So people ask, who are you? What is your name? So he tells, I do not know. When they are shocked by the answer, he does not know. Who is he? So, okay, they ask, okay, so from where did you board the train? Where are you coming from? He tells, I do not know. The person does not know from where he has boarded the train. And then he he's asked, so where are you going? He tells, I do not know. If a person gives such answer, then we will tell that he's a crazy man. Whatever he's talking very intelligently, very eloquently. But a person does not know from where he is coming, from where he is going. Because the train has got a specific purpose. The trains are run for a purpose. People sit there for a purpose. They know from where they are coming, where they have to get down, what is the destination, and what they are supposed to do while they are traveling. Prepare for the destination to get down. They are always alert. But here, that is our situation. We have got this wonderful vehicle, this body, and we are all traveling. From where we have come, people do not bother to ask. Where they are going, they are not inquisitive. Okay, let me travel. Oh, but there is nice samosa in the train. Let me eat this. This is very good. Oh, this person is bringing cold drinks also. Let me drink. So if a person sits in the train just to enjoy the food items of the pantry car, that is not very intelligent purpose of sitting in the train. And such a person will be called madman. That is why Prabhupada tells we may be very much advanced in knowledge. But if you do not know who am I, then what is the use of all this knowledge? It is simply a waste of time. The most important knowledge is knowledge of the self. So one should be very, very inquisitive. What is my real identity? My identity is changing. This identity which I have got, this was nothing but chemical some time back. It will be transformed into a different chemical. What is that thing which is transforming? Is my identity limited to the chemicals which I call this body, which is always changing? Or am I something beyond? So this question should be asked. This is very, very important question. This is called real knowledge. So that is why there is no dearth of anything in this world. Everything is provided sufficiently by the Supreme Lord. Every leaf, every creeper, every twig, as it is explained, that has got a purpose. That is explained in Ayurveda. So thus we should have a very, very strong faith in the Vedas. All these questions are very difficult to answer. Nobody can tell. Nobody can tell because the reality is beyond the three modes of nature. And we are all conditioned by the three modes of nature. The brain, the mind that we have, that is also made up of three modes of nature. So thus our mind, which itself is conditioned, which is made of three modes of nature, we cannot perceive anything beyond. It is not designed to think or understand anything beyond. Just like the conversation discussions and imaginations in a dream never lead one to wake up to reality. How much ever one may apply mind, talk in the dream, how much ever one may apply intelligence in dream, one can never wake up. It is not possible at all. So thus one can never understand reality simply by contemplating, speculating here in this world. That is why the only hope is the intervention from the real world, and that is the Shabda, that is the sound which is recorded in the symbolic expressions of the Vedas. By the mercy of the spiritual master, these things are revealed to us. When spiritual master is, it may appear like these words are also ordinary words, but that is not fact. Just like in dream also we feel, oh, this sound is also belonging to dream, but then we focus on it and we understand it is actually coming from the real world, but it appears to be any other sound which we are hearing in the dream. But then I understand it is my alarm clock, it is time to get up. It is not any sound in the dream, and I wake up. Similarly, the Vedic sounds appear to be any other sound of this material world, but simply by attentive hearing of these sounds, holy name of Krishna or Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, we wake up. So, with full respect, with full attention, the aim should be just keep on hearing this sound. That is very, very important. Otherwise, if we don't pay attention to this sound, then there is no waking up. One may keep on speculating for a very, very long time. There is no other way. So it is easy to understand. Our brain, our mind, everything is conditioned. What is the meaning of conditioned? We can very easily understand with the help of now the science that we have. Just like we train any other machine, similarly, this is our brain. Whatever inputs you give, based on that, you will get output. You train the brain, there is no God, there is no God, we have come from chemicals. Output will be when you ask the brain, from where have I come? It will tell from chemicals. From chemicals, because that input has gone into the brain. If you ask any AI model what is the answer, it will give you answer basis the data, basis the input. Without data, no model works. So that is why it is very, very important. What is the input which has gone into the machine? So that is why it is very important. We should not depend upon one's brain, one's mind, one's intelligence. One should understand, one should give up. That is why it is told, Jnane prayasam udapasya namanta eva. This is a very important understanding which we received yesterday in the Govardhan Puja festival. So in Govardhan Puja, Lord Krishna lifted Govardhan. Why? To cut down the pride of Indra. Indra is fourth most powerful personality after Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. And the fourth most powerful personality, very, very pious man, who is executing the will of the Lord in this universe. He also was not able to understand that my Lord has come. And he doubted, my Lord? No, my Lord cannot come like this. These people just getting fooled by an ordinary cowherd boy. He was also not able to understand. So when big devatas, Brahma, Indra cannot understand God, how can we understand God? It is not possible. As soon as one understands that my mind is conditioned, my brain is conditioned, and one gives up jnane prayasam udapasya, trying to understand God using one's intelligence, one immediately becomes very freed, happy, and that is called liberation. My body is conditioned. Just like a blind man will not be anxious if he is not able to see the things. He understands I am blind. He is not worried why I'm not able to see. I'm not able to see. No, he understands I'm blind. No problem. I have to take the help of a man and then I can cross the road. I have to find a right man. Similarly, we are actually spiritually blind. Just like a blind man should be very, very eager to find a person who can guide across the way. Similarly, we should be very, very eager to find a man who is awakened to platform of reality. Blind men will never take the risk of taking one step on a busy road. Will always seek help, somebody who can help him cross the road. That is why it is told, Adav Guru Ashrayam, the first step in human form of life is to accept the person of shelter of a person who is not blind, who is having perfect vision. That is a spiritual master. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. So if you follow the advice of spiritual master, then everything has got. We can see also evidence is there. Who is spiritual master? He does not create any new knowledge. Already he gives the knowledge of God, which God has given to us in the form of books called Vedas. How do we put faith? If we read, we'll have faith. Just like if you see in Ayurveda, wonderful medicines are written. Here in modern medical science, they release some medicine and they ban it after some time. They release a vaccine and then they tell so much harm has caused, has taken place because of vaccine. And they change the medicines. They ban the medicines. They discover very great many side effects of the medicines. But in Ayurveda, there is no change. In Vedas itself, there is no change, specifically in Ayurveda. Every root, every tree, every creeper, perfect solution is given. You administer this thing in this case, you give this in this case. And there is no question of doing research in the Vedas. There are no question of labs where experiments take place. So if somebody has knowledge without any experimentation, it means that knowledge is coming from God. So that is why Vedas are called apaurushaya, not given by any human being. There is no question of research. We will not find in the Vedas somebody did research and found out, oh, this creeper is used for cholera, this is used for typhoid, this is used for this infection, this for jaundice. No, perfect knowledge is coming down. And not just creepers, but animal also. In rare circumstances where survival is difficult, in such cases, even animal flesh can be used. That is also part of Ayurveda. Animal flesh is also used to make medicine, but not in ordinary cases. But for survival, it is important because human form of body is very, very rare. We have to have God realization. So only in case of survival. But anyway, so the science is there. It is mentioned in the Vedas. So just like a blind person should be very anxious, similarly, we should be very anxious to understand that I cannot perceive truth using my mind. My mind is also under three modes of nature. Animal is also the same soul which we are, but animal will never be able to understand truth. We have got certain intelligence. If we use it, we can understand from where have I come into this body. Animal can never ask this question. Animal can never understand where am I going after leaving this body, but we can ask questions. So that is why we should be very, very anxious to understand the answer of all these questions and not lead an animal life. If you give food to any animal, he will take and go away, run away. If you also behave like this, okay, God has given grains, apples, eat and run away, keep running in my metro and Mercedes. So then that is animal intelligence. Eat and run, especially in Mumbai, you see people running and eating, eating and running. Everyone is in hurry. So if you also do, animal also does like this. Give dog a chapati, he'll take, grab and run. Again, when he's hungry, he'll come. And this dog's business. He'll find a bitch to enjoy, produce some puppies, and they will also do same thing. So in human form of life, we are also doing the same thing, but in a sophisticated manner. Now sophistication is also going away. People do it openly. So if we take shelter of the Vedas, if we follow the Vedas very nicely, then all these things, all the natural resources will be there, abundance will be there. Otherwise, it's a dangerous civilization. Prabhupada has told from gold and silver vessels, we have come to Gatta Parcha. Gatta Parcha is some plastic bowl. And from butter, we have come to margarine, dalda. This is our advancement. So in Vedic culture, everything was being cooked in ghee, not just in Vedic times, in recent times also. Prabhupada also was always cooking everything in ghee. And ghee is good for health, it is told. Very much important. But because we are blind, so blind people came up with a theory ghee is very harmful. Ghee is causing heart attack. So you use refined oil. And now after 40 years, they are telling it is the biggest mistake of medical science. Ghee is very good for heart. And refined oil is killing you. In 40 years, people died by it. What about them? So just see the world isn't. So the civilization has survived for thousands of years. Thousands of years. And happily people are eating, people are living. And then some people told, we will make you more happy. They told we are more intelligent than you. We know more theories and hypotheses. And then we'll make you more happy. And the result of that happiness is that now they're telling, let us go to moon now because this planet is going to be destroyed in next 100 years. And now how shall we go to moon? How shall we live there? The same people are telling, no, we will guide you. Never mind, we have destroyed the planet. So only a person who has lost his mind, like the lost traveler in the train, will follow such people. So the civilization has not become miserable because of some pan wala or some sabji vendor. No, the civilization has come to such a degraded state because of these leaders of the society, the thought leaders, the philosophers, and the scientists. They have destroyed the planet. Much so that the resources which were available for free and supremely pure, now you have to pay to get them in their purity. Pure water, if you want, you have to pay. How expensive is this water filter? Huh? 10, 15,000? And then after that, also it is causing cancer. I was talking to a scientist who works in this RO field. So he's telling this RO technology causes cancer. The filters and all are having such things. And apart from this, it eats away your bones and everything inside the body. So you drink RO water, you die. You don't drink RO water, again you die. This is the contribution of the blind people. That is why it is told, Andha yathandhair upaniyamana. If a blind man follows a blind man, okay, I will let you cross the road. Cross. Come, come. I'll show you the path. So blind man anyway has to take help. He is blind. But the leader should not blind. Leader should not guide, knowing that I am also blind. Ordinary people always seek. Anyway, we have to follow a leader. That is what Prabhupada told when he went to Russia and China. That there is no difference between you and us. You are also following a leader. Your leader may be Lenin and Stalin. We are following Krishna. All of us are following a leader. Nobody is without leader. Even the people who are revolting against a leader are also following a leader who is telling them revolt against authority. So to revolt against authority, you also need to follow some authority. So that is why for ordinary people, they have to accept a leader. Now the intelligence is who is the perfect leader. That is why in Vedic culture, everyone was given a leader and they are supposed to follow that leader very, very perfectly. Just like the brothers are there, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev, they are following Yudhishthir Maharaj perfectly. Whatever Yudhishthir tells, they will follow. They cannot have independent decisions. Even the elder brother could be few months or 1 year elder to you, but you have to follow him. Balram ji is just 1 or 2 years elder to Krishna, but Krishna was always following Balram ji. Always serious, cannot, always reserved and very careful not to offend Balram ji. And then the children, they have to follow the father. So everyone was given a leader. The training was there. You have to follow a leader. And now the training is you follow your own mind. This is so dangerous. If I follow my own mind means I am thinking I am the wisest man on the planet. I follow my mind, I will see what is right, what is not right. It means I am the wisest person on the planet. So no. So that is why any intelligent man should understand that we have to follow some leader perfectly. If you have to attain success in any field, you have to follow leader. That is a fact. Doctor, you follow completely. Lawyer, you follow completely. Anybody you have to follow. So that is why for life, for understanding absolute truth, we have to find a guru and follow him completely without any reservation. Never mind, we are able to understand, we are not able to understand. In the initial stages, doubts will be there. That is fact. But as the doctor gives medicine, we get cured, we get more faith in the doctor. This doctor is very nice. I want to go to him only. We get strong faith. In a similar way, if we follow the spiritual master very sincerely, we are not at a loss. But our mind and body may not allow. But if we try to follow sincerely, we will see how I am becoming freed from the control of laws of nature, how happy I am getting in my life, and automatically our faith will increase. So that is why it is very important we try to take shelter of spiritual master. Otherwise, without spiritual master, whom shall we follow? The people who have destroyed the planet? Just see, this is common sense, but it does not strike people. The planet has come to the point of destruction under guidance of some people, and we are taking their guidance to solve those problems. If a driver has made your journey miserable, has hit 5 cars on the highway, and the car got toppled twice, and then he's telling, no, no, I will protect you now, I will drive carefully. Can we put faith on that driver who has run into multiple accidents? No. And that is what we are doing. Still following the same thing. We should see from the result. Falena parichiyate. At least this is not right. So when we follow the Vedic knowledge very nicely, then everything, all the material resources are given automatically. When a man does not waste his valuable time in producing unwanted things in the name of necessities, whole civilization is producing unnecessary things. In the name of necessity, we create artificial necessities of life, artificial demands. Whatever our demands are there, God has given in fullness. There is no need of wasting excessive time. So when we follow without working hard for these artificial necessities, then all these resources are given by Krishna in abundance. But we are not able to understand because of ignorance. So situation is very, very horrible, very bad. Water has gone bad. There is no potable water. There is some crisis. Suppose there is no power. There is some earthquake. There is war. There is no power. Our water filters will not work. What shall we drink? There will be nothing to drink. The best countries, I think, Singapore in Asia, the most developed country, people go there to start business. It is told in one day you can start business, right? In one day you can start business. In India, it may take months. And that country is not having any natural resource. All the food, water, everything is imported in that country. Suppose there is a war, there would be no food, you eat buildings. This is the situation. So this is not advancement. Just at the right time when you need money, money will not be there. Just like the person in the head of a bank in Bangladesh is crying, beating his head because people are after his life. They want their money back, but there is no money in the bank. So earlier there was real money. There is value in the things. What was wealth before? You have horses, you have camels, you have cows. They've got real value. Inflation, deflation does not matter. Your wealth is there always. Gold, silver, that has got value. Grains, that has got value. So this is called real wealth. Paper, we cannot do anything. It has got no value. So very, very dangerous civilization. Just when people would need money, there would be no money. When they need water, there is no water. Air is also becoming polluted. Food, very horrible. In every food there is chemical. Milk, There is no milk, there is only chemical. And then when you have diseases, you'll go to take some medicines. Medicines also, it is told in India, it's very famous now. Instead of medicine, they are making pills of talcum powder. So you're eating talcum powder. Only brand is there of medicine, otherwise it is. So this is the situation. So everyone is trying to cheat each other. So that is why there is this urgency of Krishna consciousness. Greed, lust is increasing in the society. Everyone is trying to cheat. Husband is cheating wife, wife is cheating husband, child is cheating parents, parents are cheating child. Everyone is cheating each other. So that is why Prabhupada tells when in India there was famine. So some Westerner came and told, it is how your people are tolerating. So Britishers created artificial famine. Why it was created? Because they wanted to recruit people in the army. In army, soldiers would be given all facility, food, grains, etc. But people would not fight. Why somebody would go to army? I'm happy with my field and farm. I'm having my family. But they wanted to fight world wars, and all the countries were fighting that time. So they wanted to recruit soldiers, and thus they created artificial famine. So there was a severe shortage of food supplies. So this person told that how people in your country are tolerating. In our country, there would have been great unrest, civil war. People will throw away the government. There would be riots, and they will loot the shops. They will barge into each other's homes and take away. But in India, people were tolerant. Why? Because the strong foundation is there. It is our karma. How can I steal? I may be hungry, I may die, but I will not steal. I cannot loot the shops. But literally in our country, these are not the ethics. People will break open the shops, loot, take away everything. So thus Vedic civilization means people were trained. They were very lust and greed. They were knowing these are not good things. This has to be controlled. But now these things are inflating in the society. So it is very important that we realize this Krishna consciousness and we spread this to help others. So otherwise the society is in very, very precarious situation. So simply if people save time, don't waste time in creating artificial necessities of life, then there is not just spiritual advancement, but all the material necessities of the life are also met. But for this we have to be, as the word used here is Gudakesha. Gudakesha means, Gudaka means sleep, Isha means controller. Arjuna is called Gudakesha, the conqueror of sleep or ignorance. How he conquered sleep, Prabhupada is not explicitly mentioned, but we hear that he was practicing shooting arrows even at night. So he became so expert, even in pitch dark, he would be able to shoot arrows with precision. And of course, another meaning of Gudakesha is one who has conquered ignorance. Because of his constant association with Krishna, he was able to. So, this is also very, very important. Conquering sleep or ignorance. By constant association with Krishna, one should rise above the bodily necessities of life, especially sleep, which is ignorance, which is because of the mode of ignorance. So, ignorance and sleep. So, if we have to rise to the platform of knowledge, one has to control the senses. Kama istha rit jnana. Otherwise, if somebody is very lusty, then intelligence does not work. We have realized in our life. So, all these things will not strike, although it is common sense that we are actually blind. We need help. I do not know what is truth in life. And the people who claim to be knowing truth, they have only brought this disaster to our planet. So, we can never tell what is truth. Our mind is conditioned to perceive the world in a certain way. People guess, produce theories which are acting in a wrong manner, reverse theories. So that is why I need help of a person whose mind is not conditioned, whose mind is liberated. And we have known also people who follow the path of liberated persons, they also become happy and liberated. We can see practically. So that is why it is but these things will not strike if a person is having uncontrolled senses. Uncontrolled senses will push us to lot of hard work and struggle life after life to satisfy the carnal needs. So it is important to control the senses. Controlling the senses means controlling eating, mating, sleeping, defending. So it has to be minimized. It is very important point of spiritual life. That is why it is told, first one has to become Goswami, then one can become a pure devotee. Without controlling the senses, there is no question of becoming pure devotee of Krishna. And of course, it should not be artificial. Again, it is told in the Bhagavad Gita, Nashnatashtu yogosti, na chaikantam anashnatah, na ati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. One cannot become a yogi who is eating too much or who does not eat enough. One cannot become yogi who sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. So both the cases. So one should take sufficient rest, not less rest. One should be taking sufficient to keep the body fresh, but at the same time, not take pleasure in sleeping. Prabhupada tells, when I am sleeping, I should feel disgusted. Why the sleep is coming? I cannot serve Krishna. And just to rejuvenate the body so that it can serve Krishna again, I should take rest. But again, artificially trying to minimize that we are not fresh at the time of hearing, again, it will not work. So this Vedic sound is the real sound of the real existence. And the only way of realization is very attentively hearing this sound. At that time, if we are not alert, then there is no question of waking up. So when we are hearing, our only process is hearing. Every morning and evening, we do hearing in different formats. In Aarti, again we hear the Kirtans. In Japa, again we hear. In Bhagavatam, again we hear. So this hearing is the prime necessity of our life. So we should do this hearing with great attention. Hearing is incarnation, the sound is incarnation of Krishna. So to receive Krishna, I should prepare myself very nicely. If I eat too much, I cannot receive Krishna nicely. If I do not eat enough, I cannot receive nicely. Sleep too much, sleep too less, I cannot. I should be very fresh, alert to receive Krishna. So with great respect, with great attention, I should try to receive. With a desire to receive Krishna with greater absorption, this desire should be there. So one should practice getting absorbed. So this desire, this practice is required. Everything needs practice, spiritual or Arjuna also did a lot of practice. By practice, he became a great archer. So in material life also, you need practice. Similarly, in spiritual life also, we need practice. We have to practice controlling the senses. Strict control, very strict control, very disciplined. So going back to Godhead, Prabhupada tells, is not so easy thing. One needs great discipline of mind, body, and execution of pure devotional service. Great discipline of mind and body. For small perfections, small attainments here, we need so much of discipline. Can we attain any big success without discipline? Impossible. Impossible. Same principle applies in spiritual life also. One has to be very disciplined. Follow all the rules, regulations with great vow. Bhajante mam dridhavritaha. Dridhavrita means great vow with great determination. So thus Prabhupada explains, for one who is determined to advance in spiritual life, spiritual advancement is very easy. Krishna consciousness is very easy for a person who is determined and sincere. But a person who is not determined, for him it is very difficult. Very difficult. So one who is determined, then it is easy. I want to follow. I will follow spiritual master. I should be eager to find spiritual master and then follow him perfectly, 100%, no reservation. Then spiritual advancement is easy. So with great determination, discipline, we should also try to follow in the footsteps of Arjuna and try to minimize the necessities of life. This is extremely important. Only when we minimize the artificial necessities of life, we are able to conquer ignorance, conquer sleep. And then we can understand these things which are common sense. We have life, eternal life, full of opulence, full of pleasure in the spiritual world. Is the controller, creator of time. How time can act upon God? How time can act upon children of God? God has produced children so that God can enjoy eternally. Our tendency to have a family, have a society is coming from God. So God is existing eternally. He is the controller of all energies. He is not controlled. So eternal kingdom in Sanatan Dham, God is existing eternally with his children, and we are his children, so we belong to that place. So why to waste time? Immediately we should be eager to revive our position. What is the use? Why waste time here for attaining anything? Everything is going to be lost. We have lost whatever acquisitions we have had in the past lives. The families are gone, the people are gone. So one should not waste time. One should be very, very eager. If I die, everything is useless. So it is always useless. Anything which is temporary is useless. Everything will go away. So why to waste in a single moment in any temporary achievements? One should understand what is eternal. Einstein was fortunate. Newton was not fortunate to understand time exists in reality. Einstein understood time is a real energy. Space time. He was able to understand both are real energies. So beyond this space and beyond this time is the creator of space and time. And we belong to that place. So we should be very, very eager that let me revive this world temporary. It is a stage, a drama, it is going on. Why waste time here? So let me try to revive my original constitutional position. And at the same time, when a person works hard to revive one's constitutional position here, follows the path of knowledge, here also the life becomes perfectly comfortable. And after this, a person revives the original position. So we will end. Any questions? Yes. Yes. Question is, we discuss I should not follow my mind, but for following Krishna consciousness also I have to follow my mind. So yes, just like a blind man, uh, cannot use his intelligence to cross the road, but he can use his mind and intelligence to find a person who can help him cross the road. Similarly, we cannot use our mind to find what is absolute truth directly, but we should use our mind to find a person who can help us understand absolute truth. There could be mistake, yes, just like a blind man. There could be mistake, yes. So that is the responsibility of the people who are not blind to save others. Hey, your leader is also blind. Don't follow him. So that is our responsibility. That is why we should preach. But otherwise also not right. If a blind man thinks, oh, this person also can be blind, what is the use? Let me follow, let me cross road on my own. No, that is foolishness. At any point of time, blind man should not trust his own instincts to cross the road. Should never trust his mind because he cannot. He should find a person, but the other person also can be blind. It is a fact. So that is his misfortune. That is fact. But a blind man can never cross the road without any help. He must seek help. So that is why the people who have eyes, it is their responsibility. Guide people that your leader is blind. Do not follow. Yes. Yes. So the question is, we understand if I want to attain God, God sends the right person. So if I got a wrong person, then it is not my mistake because God has sent the wrong person. No, because if I am sincere, then God will send the right person. That is also fact. If I am not sincere, then cheaters and cheated. Both are cheating each other. Yes. Yes. So blind man at least knows that I am blind. It is easier to convince him. But when a person tells, I know. Yes, that is why it is told darkness around all untraced. The only hope is divine grace. There is darkness, but it is untraced. Blind man is thinking, I am not. So that is why first duty is to make a person believe that actually we are blind. And it is easy. So that is why the first duty, that is what the scriptures are telling us. The first instruction which Krishna gave to Arjun was that you are not intelligent. Why you are not intelligent? How we can prove the other person is blind? Like Krishna proved to Arjuna in the first shloka, which is the first instruction of Krishna to Arjuna. 2.11 Ashocyananvashocastvam pragyavadansha bhashase gatasuna gatasungsha nanushocanti. A person who is wise, who is having knowledge, why he will cry? Misery happens because of ignorance, correct? Yes. Why a person cries? Because of pain. Why pain happens? Because of ignorance. I do not know what is the cause of this pain, so I cannot avoid the cause, so I suffer. And when I am suffering from any pain, I do not know how to get relief, so I again cry. So if I do not know the cause and do not know solution of any problem, then I cry. I cry when somebody is dead, my loved ones. If I know what is causing death, I can stop it, then I will not cry. But I do not know what causes death, I am helpless, so I cry. So thus I am ignorant. Yes. So thus all the misery, all the pain in life is because of ignorance. And is there any person in the world who is not crying? Who does not feel any pain? Anybody is there? No. So that is why we are ignorance. Birth is happening. Okay, birth he may not remember. But he can see the child who is born, he comes out laughing. Ah. No. So birth is very painful. Cries bitterly. And then death is painful. That we can understand. Diseases are very painful. Old age, nobody likes. They are putting makeups and Botox and everything just so that the skin can look very young. Nobody likes to grow old. But I do not know how to maintain youthhood always. So thus I'm in ignorance. I do not know so many things, yes? So thus very easily we can understand. If anybody is unhappy means the person is blind. He does not know what is knowledge. So we should take help of a person who is in knowledge. Yes. What is the first question? Why Lord is not coming here? So the question is, whenever in the past also some demons were there who will create disturbance on the planet, God will come and kill. Why God is not coming now? So God has come in the form of holy name, and thus we can see all the demoniac tendencies will be washed away, and it will be golden age. And the second thing, why we criticize, because spiritual scientific advancement, because using this advancement we are able to preach Krishna consciousness. So yes, so that is good. That is best use of bad bargain. How Krishna got his conch? By killing a demon who went in the ocean, right? So demons, this body Krishna utilized. So that is very nice in devotional service. So thus everything can be used in devotional service. So thus if anything has been produced, that is the work of devotee. How to engage that in the service of Krishna. Our mental understanding, because we also perceive the world to the way material world, the material way is also not complete from the spiritual perspective. So maybe some details we may not be aware, and then we may end up concluding something which apparently looks like that. And this is because this any of the advancement is because of such and such reasons. But grounded reality from the expert's point of view might be different. Can be person can think like that. So in that case, how do we understand this aspect that my understanding of this material world, which are having material laws, can also be defective? First thing, and second thing is just like we have this stage of current civilization. After like 200, 300 years ago, we will perceive this reality better than that. This will become a better version of the current version of the future. So we can never appreciate this world at any moment of the stage of life. So the question is very vague, that our understanding of the world can also not be right. How do we understand it? So that is why we have to see through the eyes of the scriptures. Vague question, vague answer. Perfect question, perfect answer. Specifically give an example. And that could be wrong. Yes. Details. Maybe I saw something on which I accepted that, but there can be other details also which I am not aware. So the question is, we are discussing. Let's say we discuss one example. Recommending refined oil was very bad for our health. Now after 10 years, they will say it is again good for health. So how do we correct that? Because we criticized. So again, it is their mistake. Why they are changing their statements? Sometimes they are telling it is good, it is bad. We are getting information from their sources only, no? So their source is wrong. We'll blame them only 100 times. Why you are changing? You are only giving this information. We don't rely. Prabhupada tells, it is our duty to criticize. They are duty bound to criticize God. We are duty bound to criticize them. And why we are criticizing? Prabhupada tells, don't put case on me, put case on Krishna. Krishna is telling, one who does not surrender unto me, he is rascal. I am not telling, Krishna is telling. So you file a case on Krishna if you want. So the understanding is, yes, we can never tell, as we are discussing. Uh, we are giving a, for example, somebody, another devotee was telling, by eating cyanide, devotees have died. Not devotees, scientists have died. They wanted to taste cyanide, but as soon as you taste it, immediately there is death. So you are not able to tell what is the real taste of cyanide. So this was, you also might have heard many people talk like this, but when it was preached, there was so-called atheistic scientist. He told in his YouTube channel, just see how these devotees are preaching. They do not know by cyanide you don't die immediately. It takes some bit of time, one bit of time to die on this thing. So I told, so again, we should boldly go out and tell, so just see, this is your media. So that is why we should depend strictly on the Vedas. From where we are getting this knowledge? We have got from another source, another newspaper, another magazine, or like this by word of mouth. Yes, always, always, always. Ah, yes. So that is the expert, just like the atheists. They always, they are hell bent to criticize. Anyway, we are not criticizing this logical, just on a lighter note we were telling, but this logical, yes. So what we are trying to convey is one example. Okay, that example might be wrong. We can take any other example. That is always a fact. That is always a fact. Yeah, which are found or discovered in an imperfect manner. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We struggle in. Yes. Okay. Okay. So the question is, how to trust the devotees, because the crux of the matter is we should follow devotees to get perfect knowledge, because we cannot ask questions to Prabhupada directly. Uh, so we are not trusting devotee, we are trusting Prabhupada, because Prabhupada has made the system of getting guidance through the channel of devotees. So if the devotee is not right, he'll be changed. Just like in one of the institutions, one professor was found to be sitting with a fake degree, he was removed. But does it mean the students who were taught by that professors, they will be removed? No, they will not be removed, because the institution is responsible for guiding the students. So in a similar way, Prabhupada told, if devotees or authorities who are responsible for guiding, they are not acting nicely, then spiritual master will remove them. Nothing happens by chance. This is what we have to understand. Everything is under control, very strict control of Krishna, either directly by the spiritual potency Krishna controls, or through the laws of nature. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing. Not a blade of grass moves without Krishna's sanction. When a person has this understanding, then he becomes very, very peaceful in life. Understood? So, thus, the institution has been set up by Prabhupada. So, we follow the institution. And as Prabhupada has told many times, practically, yes, some difficulties may be there. Something which is apparently wrong, apparently it is against Prabhupada's instructions, Krishna's instructions, then we go to higher authority. We are not satisfied with the sessions court decision, district court, we go to high court, then we go to Supreme Court, but judiciary is always followed. Yes. So in a similar way, similar thing. Sorry, yeah. Huh, huh, huh. Yes. Hmm, hmm. The question is, in today's uh, civilization, many organizations or individuals could be there who are having the same goal, and that is discovery of the self, God, and truth. And all are claiming that my path is right. So, how do I understand? So, just like a person understands in the material world, also, all the coachings they will tell, we are the best. Huh? We are the best coaching. And how do we understand which is best? We use our intelligence. Some coaching could be faking, completely faking. Somebody will be the best actually. Yes. So we have to use our intelligence. So one is we have to be very, very sincere, extremely sincere. If a person who is very sincere to find a good coaching, will he be able to find a good one? Good possibility. He might be get also cheated, but if he's one is very, very sincere, no, I want to find, oh, he will do a lot of effort. So thus we have to understand God is there in our heart. And God is, the only purpose of God is Ekoyo Bahunam Vidhati Kaman, to satisfy our desires. He has no other business. So if we are desiring to know Him, will He not grant the desire? So I should see, if I am very, very sincere, one should see from the followers. How sincere are the followers? So thus, if you go to any coaching, you see, oh, all these bright students are sitting here. This must be best, right? We should understand. And second thing, they must be getting the results also. So by this, so like this, there are many, many criteria to check, to understand. You see the qualification of the teachers, you see the textbook, and also we might also uh, need some knowledge. If you do not have any idea what is physics, you want to find who is a good physics teacher, you can never find. But if you know a bit of physics, then you can go and listen to a physics teacher. You will tell, oh, he's telling best. He is very nice. He teaches so nicely. So thus Prabhupada explains, if you want gold, you should at least go to a goldsmith. If you go to blacksmith or you go to a sabji vendor, give me gold, sir. He will give you a pumpkin. Take the cost of gold. So thus you should have some idea. I should go to a goldsmith. So in a similar way, I should have some idea what is religion, what is spirituality. And then we should be very, very eager. If we are very, very eager, very sincere, willing to sacrifice anything and anything to understand truth, anything and everything, then we'll be able to understand. Second thing. What was second question? कि अगर तबीयत खराब हो गई तो हॉस्पिटल जाना पड़ेगा, वी कैन नॉट मेडिटेट और प्रे टू गॉड. वो तो पहले भी ऐसे ही था, पहले भी जाते थे वैद्य के पास में. सो व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन नाउ? गीता में तो कहीं नहीं लिखा है तबीयत खराब हो जाए तो बैठ के ध्यान करो. हाँ, आने वाले टाइम में गलत है, राइट. सो व्हाट टू डू? ओके. और दूसरा क्या बोल रहे थे, गीता के सारे पोर्शंस रेलेवेंट नहीं है? हाँ, जैसे ये कहाँ लिखा है गीता में? ये रेलेवेंट नहीं है आज? हम कर नहीं रहे हैं वो अलग बात है, पर फिर हम सफ़र भी करेंगे. हाँ, ओके. हाउ टू अप्लाई? यस. So the first part of question is, suppose today we fall sick, we have to take the help of modern medicine. And we also understand modern medicine could be very harmful, because we understand the same remedies have been very, very harmful. Vaccines are supposed to produce very dangerous side effects. So what do we do now in such cases? So we don't have any other way. Best use a bad bargain. So thus we have to accept with a pinch of salt. We understand that there could be some problem in this way of medicine. So I should be very, very cautious and not blindly follow, especially when in today's age that hospitals are run in the corporate style. The doctors are given targets. We know that. Doctors are given targets. These many C-sections you have to do. These many surgeries you have to do. These many ICUs. These many days you have to keep the patients. Patient is dead, and for 4 more days they will keep in ICU so that they can bill more. There is no problem, they will open surgery. Heart surgery, every surgery they will do. So very, very dangerous. So what to do? Best use of bad bargain, find a good place, good thing to do. And the best thing is try to keep a simple lifestyle. Mind should be peaceful and life should be regulated. Then there will be less diseases. But when disease comes, again, Ayurveda is also lost. Most of it, some remnants here and there are there. So we have to survive. Although that is not perfect, but then what can be done? Like phone produces radiation, we all know that. But for communication, we have to use with caution. So best use of bad bargain. And the second part of question is Bhagavad Gita some portions might not be relevant today. So that is not fact. So Bhagavad Gita is eternal truth. That is why Krishna tells, Sa evaya maya tedya yoga prokta puratana. I am telling you the same knowledge which I spoke millions of years ago to the sun god. So the knowledge is always perfect. Crude example, E is equal to mc square. That is also debatable, but laws are valid always. Yes. Hydrogen and oxygen is water when they combine together. One may not be able to produce them together, but if you do it, it gives you water. So in a similar way, the knowledge which is given in the Vedas, that is always relevant, that is always right. One may not be able to follow, then that is different thing. So again, the application of that knowledge differs from age to age. That is also fact. So that is also mentioned in the Vedas only. Like in Satyuga, meditation was the recommended process. In Kali Yuga, our minds are so disturbed and we are into so many, as you are telling, we have to run for our jobs and other things. Who can go to Himalayas and practice meditation? So that is why it is told in Kali Yuga, Hare Namev Kevalam. And Kriti Adhyayato Vishnum, the result which was attained by meditation in Satyuga, Kalautad Hari Kirtana, the same result we will get by Hari Kirtan in Kali Yuga, it is told. So, Ashwamedam Gavalambham, Ashwamed and Gomed Yagya, which was recommended in previous ages, these are prohibited in Kali Yuga. Do not do this in Kali Yuga. So, in Vedas, again it is mentioned which practices to follow. So, application, the truth is same for every age, that we have to have self-realization. How to have self-realization? The application differs age to age, and that is also mentioned in the Vedas. Yeah. So the question is, you told we are duty bound to criticize them. So can we speak harshly to people whom we meet on book distribution? So that is why uh, Krishna ye bhaje se bada chatur, it is told. The devotee of Krishna is very intelligent. So yes, we are supposed to criticize, but how we have to criticize? For that, we have to take proper guidance. So on the if we criticize, Prabhupada tells, unless you are very, very confident, do not criticize modern science. Otherwise, you'll make a mockery of yourself. So you have to be thoroughly convinced, you have to be clear. Otherwise, uh, the artificial intelligence, which they call natural intelligence of the entire world, has been trained to think in a certain way. If you give counter views, they'll not be able to accept unless you yourself are thoroughly convinced of it. So thus, unless we are thoroughly convinced about anything, we should not try to do that. Should not try to attempt. First part. So we should be able to challenge anybody. If you are weak, you challenge a mighty opponent, will be killed. So thus, you should be strong enough that you will be able to defeat the other person. Then you should challenge. Second thing, even if we are challenging, we should not be harsh. Being critical is different, being harsh is different. Critical thinking is always encouraged in society, otherwise, also. So, if you present your view which is against their view, and if you present in a nice way, other person might be glad to accept if he is a gentleman. If he is not a gentleman, he is arrogant, what can be done? But if anybody is gentleman, critical thinking is always encouraged in society. And we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he criticized The Vaishnava philosophy is very, very strongly, vehemently against the impersonal philosophy. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very humble and praising the impersonal sannyasi, impersonalists. So much so that with Sarvam Bhattacharya, for 7 days he heard continuously without speaking a word. 7 days he kept on hearing. He is talking nonsense. 7 days, and Mahaprabhu is hearing, listening, very humbly, politely. Then very politely he tells again. Then again he is having a debate with uh, who was the devotee? Father of Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Venkat Bhatt, I think his name was. What was the name? Venkat Bhatt, no? In Sri Rangam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in his place for 4 months. So he was not knowing the knowledge of Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. The discussion was the position of Narayan and Krishna. So although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the clear understanding how the unlimited Vishnus are also coming out of Narayan, but then he pacified also him very nicely, giving the views. Similarly, when he went Prakashan and Saraswati, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told, I am fallen sannyasi, you are very advanced sannyasi, I cannot sit with you. So harshness is never, never good. Being harsh is a sinful activity. Sinful activities are performed on 3 levels. Which 3 levels? Mind, body, and words. If in mind we think bad about somebody, think of harming somebody, that is sinful activity in the mind. Verbally we speak harsh, that is verbal sin. And physically, if we hurt somebody, that is physical sin. So all three are sins. If we are hurting anybody in our mind or through our words or through actions, all are sinful activities. And the result of sinful activity is we will degrade ourselves in Krishna consciousness. Our consciousness, thus, when we speak harsh, we get disturbed, right? So that is sinful activity. Sinful man can never be happy. Immediately we get disturbed. So although gross reaction will not, we will not get for mental sins, but still mind will become disturbed. So that is why harshness is never good for the devotee. Yes, one again is duty bound to be harsh when somebody is criticizing Krishna. Somebody criticizes Krishna or devotees, then Prabhupada tells you should be able to defeat that person. If you are not able to defeat that person, you are not capable enough, then you leave that place. And there also Prabhupada explains, because you are preacher, you are not supposed to become angry in public. Because anger in preacher, public cannot tolerate. Sometimes there could be some exceptions, but generally Prabhupada explains you should avoid. But in heart you may become very angry, and devotee should become angry when Krishna or Vaishnavas are being offended, but then you should be able to tackle. Prabhupada explains like diplomat, they shake hands very nicely, but heart is burning. Canadian Indian diplomats, they will talk. Good morning, they will wish. Although they want to make hellish morning, but they will talk very nicely. So, in a similar way, preacher is supposed to take care of time, place, and circumstances. So, generally, we should not be very, very harsh. Only in the case of offenders, yes, because the devotee feels intimate connection with Krishna. If somebody offends Krishna, he will naturally become angry. But still, he may not display it, he may not show it. So, thus, harshness should be avoided by all means, ways and means. Online. Devotees from folk residency can carry on. I'll take some more questions online. So, very good question. 3 modes of nature. There is an entire chapter in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 14, and it may take a very long time. Krishna has dedicated entire chapter for it. So I have explained this. You can visit. You can on YouTube write Bhagavad Gita English on Saregama channel. I explained entire Bhagavad Gita. So in that you can please go and hear chapter number 14, 3 modes of nature. So in detail you can hear, and you can read Prabhupada's books also. If there is difficulty in understanding, you can hear the lecture. We always discuss, question is to preach Krishna consciousness, but then in Bhagavad Gita again it is mentioned towards the end, do not give this knowledge to non-devotees. So contradiction. Krishna has told, don't give this knowledge to the people who are not austere. Austere means voluntarily you take discomforts in life, who live a luxurious life. Do not give knowledge to them. Bhagavad Gita. Do not give this knowledge to the people who are not devoted to me. So why we are then told to preach? Because that also Krishna mentions. One who preaches this, he is most dear to me, but preaches to whom? Mad bhakteshu abhidhasyati, preaches to my devotees. So that is why we have got two business. First business is to make them devotees and then to preach. So that is why we do kirtan before class. So if he has done, even heard Krishna's kirtan, he has become devotee. And now he'll be able to understand. So that is why we do Nagar Sankirtan, we do Prasadam distribution, we do book distribution. So by contributing for Krishna's cause, he is becoming a devotee. By hearing Nagar Sankirtan, by tasting Krishna Prasadam, he is becoming devotee. And then when he hears Krishna philosophy, he'll be able to understand. So that is why two businesses should be done. But the question can be, Prabhupada tells in public, why do we tell? In public, somebody might be non-devotee. So Prabhupada is telling, no, yes, in public, somebody might be there who is a devotee, who is having devotional background. So we are speaking for their benefit. So two business generally. First is make them devotees, and then second, preach. That's it. We'll finish. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की